5, unit number 4, Family Life, by teacher wvinueza. In this video, we are going to check some grammar. We are going to learn about the causative verbs. Let's start. First, we are going to recognize and differentiate the causative verbs. Then we are going to use the verbs in different sentences. So join me in this learning experience. The first group of causative verbs: let, make, help, and have. Let means dejar o permitir. Make, hacer. Hacer de fabricar o obligar. Help, ayudar, and have, tener. These sentences will have as the beginning one of these verbs. They will include an object. The object can be an object pronoun, the name of the person or the person. And we are going to use the verb, another verb, without the preposition to. Let's check the structure. So here we have let, make, help, want, any of these verbs, plus the object and plus the verb in infinitive, without the preposition to. Let's talk about the object pronouns, or the objects that we are going to use in these sentences. Each subject pronoun has an object pronoun. The object pronoun of I is me, from you, you, from he, him, from she, her, from it, it, from we, our, from you, you, and from they, them. Remember, these object pronouns go after the verb and receive the action from the verb. Tell him to come. Him receives the action of tell. Tell John to come. John receives the action of tell. You can use him instead of John or the name, or maybe we're talking about a person, you can say my brother, my uncle, my teacher. That would be the object who receives the action from the verb. Now let's check some examples with the whole structure. My parents won't let me stay out late. They made me come home before 10 p.m. My kids never help me clean the house. I have them do their homework before dinner. So notice here we have the verb let, we have the object me, and the verb stay. In all these examples we have used object pronouns. Now we are going to review these same examples but using different things that an object pronoun. For example, you can say, my parents won't let Susan stay out late. Instead of the object pronoun, we are using the name. They make my brother come home before 10 p.m. So my brother is used instead of him, or the name, John or Carlos. My kids never help their father clean the house. So here we're talking about the person. And in the last example, we can have different names. I have Matthew and Josh do their homework before dinner. So remember, the object can be an object pronoun, a name, or a person. To check the second group of causative verbs, we have the verb get, that means conseguir o obtener, want, querer, ask, pedir, and tell, decir. In this case, we are going to start with the verb. We are going to include an object. In this case, it can also be an object pronoun, the name of the person or the person it. And we are going to use to. Now we need the preposition to plus the verb in infinitive. So the structure is get, want, ask, or tell, any of these verbs, the object, and the preposition to plus the verb. So we're using the verb in infinitive. Let's check some examples. I can get them to clean up their rooms. So here we got get, the verb, the object, them, and the verb in infinitive using the preposition to clean. My parents want me to study law. I have to ask them to drive me everywhere. My wife is always telling me to slow down. So, as you can see, the difference between the first group and the second group of verbs is just the preposition to. With get, want, ask, and tell, we need the preposition to. First, we're going to check some important information. In conversation, you can also say, help me to do something. Yeah, if you use help me do something or help me to do something, both options are correct. But which one is more common is help me to help me do something. Okay? So help me to do plus the verb is not that common as just using this structure without the preposition to. Some common errors. Don't use to with let, make, or have. Okay? Some people with all these causative verbs use the preposition to, but now you know that there are two different groups. One that use preposition to and the other group that doesn't use the preposition to. They make me come home before 10. Make me come home before 10. It's correct. We don't have to. But if you want to say they make me to come home, this is wrong because make is in the first group that doesn't use the preposition to. Okay, now let's practice. Choose the correct verbs to complete the sentences. Number 1. When I was a kid, my parents never walked to school by myself. So you have to choose between got and let. So in this case, when I was a kid, my parents never let me walk to school by myself. So here we're talking about permission. That's why we use let. Number 2, my parents made me, you have to choose between go and to go to bed at 8. So remember, make is in the first group. We don't need the preposition to, so the answer is my parents made me go to bed at 8. Number 3, my mother couldn't me to eat fish. I was a picky eater. So here you have to use make or get. So here we have to use make. We are forcing someone to do something. So my mother couldn't make me to eat fish. I was a picky eater. Number 4, my brother never let me. You have to choose between use and to use. Remember, let belongs to the first group with no preposition to. So the answer is use. My brother never lets me use his computer. Number 5, my parents me to spend more time with them. I should, but I'm too busy. So you have to choose between want and have. Okay, so in this case, the answer is my parents want me to spend more time when I should with them. Sorry, I should, but I'm too busy. So here we need to use want because here we have the preposition to. Have is in the first group with no preposition to. Number 6. My dad's always telling me more exercise. Tell belongs to the second group, so we need a preposition to get. And the last one. I always have my husband make breakfast on weekends so I can sleep late. Just to finish, we're going to summarize. Remember that in English we have causative verbs and we have two groups. The first group where we have the verbs let, make, have, and help, that doesn't need the preposition to. And the second group where we have the verbs get, ask, tell, and want. So with let, remember it is let plus the object plus the verb. It means the have, but here we're talking about permission, to allow someone to do something or give permission for an action. The open window let the air escape. Make. Make plus object plus verb to force an action or a result. I made the waiter return my soup because it was very cold. And have plus subject plus verb to give responsibility to produce a result. The policeman had me escort her home. And finally, get. Get plus the person or the object plus to plus verb. Get belongs to the second group. We need the preposition to combine, persuade, trick, or otherwise coerce a result. A mild form. The manager got the team to stay late. Okay, so now you can practice in your Cambridge platform with some exercises about causative verbs. Time and attention, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.